Welcome to another episode of Dad Can We Talk. I'm your host, Anthony Ray. And today is the season finale of season 4, man. Episode 40, man. We 40 episodes in. Man, it feels good. I want to give a quick shout out, man. Today is my mom's birthday, man. Shout out to Vicky Lights. Love you, Ma. Happy birthday. We're going to go out. We're going to hang out for a little while in a couple hours. So, yeah, man. Shout out to Big Mama Vicky. But, yeah, man, it feels good. It feels very good, man, coming up to this season finale, man. We've made it to an entire year of Dad Can We Talk. It feels so good, man, because y'all don't understand. There's many times I wanted to stop, honestly, just feeling, like it wasn't reaching, feeling like, no one would pay attention, just feeling like I just wasn't doing good enough with the podcast, man. And there were many times where I was just that close to throwing in the towel, man. But I kept it pushing, continued to stay focused, man, continued to stay encouraged, and man, we here to a whole year, man. So it feels good. I thank you for all my supporters out there, man. Everyone that's kept me going, continuing to keep me encouraged, and had a lot of people come to me, telling me to keep going. It's something that's helping them. So that's the thing that keeps me going, man. Knowing that I don't care if I'm helping just one person or two people. For me, that's enough, So we're going to continue to keep this thing pushing, man. But today, listen, I got my man in here, my man Caleb Young. I've been waiting to get my brother on here, man, to talk some fatherhood, man. We got a lot of things we're going to talk about on today, man. So I want y'all to welcome to the show Caleb Young. How you feeling, bro?
Hey, man, I'm feeling good, man. I'm so glad to be here, man, on this show. I've been watching.
Yeah.
I've been watching. I've been listening, man. I'm going worldwide, baby. I
said
it.
Worldwide, baby.
Worldwide.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Worldwide, man. So I man, definitely counted, man. Joy, man, and the pleasure to be, man, on your show, man.
Yeah.
I couldn't wait.
Yeah,
I couldn't wait, man. A lot of things was happening today, bro, but this one is priority, right?
Yeah, straight up, man. I appreciate you, man, taking this time out to spend a little time with your boy, man. So, hey, I'm ready to jump right in, man. I'm gonna shoot from the hip, and I'm gonna let you ride out with it. So, the first question that I always like to ask is, what was your relationship like with your dad? Talk about that.
Oh man, I'm daddy's boy.
Yeah,
daddy's boy, man. And at a young age, my father passed away. I was only 7, man, but I only knew I wanted to be everywhere he was. But my relationship with him, I can remember, man, a lot was very, very good, man, and I was just very, very clingy. So when we passed away, man, it was void. It was just a huge void there, man. And I honestly, man, I remember sitting at his funeral, man, just listening and cry and do nothing. It was way back in the day, bro.
Yeah.
I didn't know how to really react to that. I didn't know what trauma was and how it really affected people, grown men. Even him. And I got on my bike. He had passed away in my room. You know what I'm saying? And so I got on my bike and rode around. I ain't know really how to react. But by and by, like the old folks say, man, you start to feel that thing, man. You start to have questions. I never forget. I turned 25, man. I had so many questions about manhood. I thought, it's like, man, I got a good job.
Yeah.
I managed to stay out of trouble enough to get a good job. I got an education. What next? And I had so many questions about manhood. Like, I really didn't know about, how to shave. You know what I'm saying? I really didn't know, or which way to shave. I really didn't know, how to treat a woman other than what I saw. My mom remarried to a great person, still hanging in there, man. And I'm the baby of 7, so
okay.
You know what I'm saying? There's 7 of us. It take a real man to step in and treat us just like his own. So my relationship, man, not to be long-winded, man. My relationship with my dad, it was excellent, man. But we were told that we looked exactly the same at each age. But we were total opposites, man, in the way we were raised and the things we experienced.
Yeah. Nah, that right there, that's real, and that's something that, like I always say, man, I commend, men like you, because one thing I will say is, like, honestly, I don't think I ever really experienced death like that. Somebody really close to me. I think the closest person thus far, in my life that I've lost was one of my friends. And so, like, I can't imagine losing a parent, bro. Man, bro, listen, I don't even want to know what it's like, Like, and so for you to lose your dad at a young age like that, man, and continue to push forward, man, I commend you for continuing to move forward with that, man.
Yeah, one of the things, man, I like to always say, man, you hear that term, it take a village, man. That's true. That's true. Sometimes when you're talking about being a shepherd, you know what I'm saying, it comes in many forms. It comes in the form of a coach that talked to you outside the football season. You know what I'm saying? It comes in the form of a teacher that speaks to you outside of school. It comes in the form of a mentor that's really wanting to see the best out of you, man. It comes in many forms, man. And I just been blessed, bro, to be honest with you, man. I always said, man, if I ever had an opportunity to leave a legacy, and we'll get into that, man. That I would not forfeit my opportunity to make my last name mean something. I couldn't control, what the last name Young meant to somebody else, before me. But I can't control it now. And I remember having a son, you know what I'm saying? Like, man, I got a namesake now. So it's on me not to embarrass this skin that I'm in. And so that's how you set trends. That's how you begin to shift the paradigm. And honestly, man, I'm still trying to do it, man. A lot to learn, man. Long way to go, man. But I'm gonna keep trucking.
Straight up. And that's what all of us, we all still learning. We none of us ain't there yet. That's one thing I try to tell my daughter. We was talking the other day, and she was just saying, I be on her a lot, and so she was just saying, well, Daddy, I try to do better, but sometimes I can't. I'm like, well, baby, we all just trying. That's right. Daddy trying too. Like, Daddy don't got it all together. Daddy's still trying to be a better daddy. I know I don't do everything right, baby, and that's all right. But be real with it. You come talk with me. We sit down, and we gonna learn. We gonna get through it together. And just trying to explain that to her, like, we all still just learning. No matter if you're 7 years old, 20, 32, 51.
Man, nobody did it right the first time. I often, refer to, the spray, WD-40.
Yeah.
I look into stuff like that. I mean, what that mean, man? It just means water deterrent. On the 40th attempt. And so when they were trying to make the perfect formula, get the right thing to be able to present, they tried it 40 different ways.
Dang.
So the water deterrent, man, on the 40th try, they got it right.
All right.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that I took something like that and was like, wow, man, how many times, man, are we allowed to make them? Does it ever be right? Or are they constantly just trying to improve their brand? Are they constantly trying to improve their product? And the answer is yes. They're always trying to do it, right? And so as parents, man, as people, as men, as kings, man, you're always looking for a way. But sometimes, bro, it takes 40 attempts, bro.
All right.
To get the right formula.
Straight up.
You know what I'm saying? And the whole time, man, life is happening. You see what I'm saying? And the kids is happening.
Straight up.
The world is going. And so, man, I'm encouraged by that, bro. I keep trucking, man.
That's real. That's real. Yeah. Man, with all of the people that stepped in, after your dad, all of the other male influences that you had, as you had all of these people that tried to step in to help you grow as a man, who are some of those people that you can say, you can look back and say, man, this person right here was right there. Who are some of, I just kind of want you to shout out some of those people that were, stood up in the paint for you.
Man, you know what, man? I just want to do a shout out, and I go into detail, man. I want to shout out, man, to the cats that was just a little bit older, man. like Troy Strappy.
Okay.
Who was the principal at Lincoln, who helped recruit me at South Carolina State. I was, on my recruiting trips, and I ain't really know Strap, but he came back to be a football coach at Eastside. Man. Yeah. Joker had me crazy, man. I wanted to do everything for him.
Shout out to Scrap.
Yeah, shout out to Scrap, man. James Spear, You know,
Okay.
folks that were, you know, in that high school, man, who played ball at Florida, but saw something in me as a freshman, you know, at Eastside High School, to play varsity. I never played football before. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We couldn't afford that.
Alright.
So first time I strapped up, you know, they come in freshman. I probably was a freshman till I was a senior, man. That's just how he referred to me, man. And, shout out to those folks that depended on me, man. But the real heavy hitters, man, is when my mother remarried. She married a king, bro.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? Lightning struck twice for my mom. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And with Papa J, man, we call him Papa J's name is Jesse Strobridge, man. But Papa J came in, man. Bro, he taught me how to be a man, bro.
All right.
You know, every time I would do something, man, I had gotten lazy, man. You know, get us out in the yard, seemed like he'll work us from the morning to the night, man. We couldn't sit down, man. You know, push this pedal down while I try to, you know, fix these brakes. You know, all of this stuff, man. It seemed like, man, we got to eat. Like, we was on a job, man. He taught me how to be a man. You know what I'm saying? Taught me that hard work ain't never hurt nobody, man. And to this day, bro, I work crazy hours.
Yeah.
And so, when I finally got a little older, you know, he began to, you know, kind of shape my mind as a man. You know what I'm saying? And I met a man by the name of John Sims.
Okay.
John Sims was an educator, man. And I like when I tell this story, I always say, man, he was the whitest white guy.
Yeah.
Dealing with the blackest black kid ever, right? And I know he was teaching this class. He was substituting for a man named Mr. Oren Arte. And he says to me, man, you ought to come by sometime. I see something in you. Out the blue. He didn't know me from a can of paint. Yeah, all right, man. I ain't coming by there. I'll never forget they were doing TV 20 was on campus, and then they told they said, man, somebody needs to do an interview for Miss Hollinger. You know, they were getting ready to, you know, they had just switched principals to Miss Hollinger, and I was like, I'll do it.
Yeah.
I don't know if I really wanted to do it. I just wanted to be on TV. You know what I'm saying? I just wanted to go on TV, and I ended up doing the interview, did well. He was like, man, I told you, man, you got something in you. Next day he says, man, why don't you come to my class? These guys acting up. I'm subbing in this class. I was like, they're not going to listen to me. I went in there. As soon as I walked in, I was like, man, y'all kind of quiet down a little bit. And they did. Man, after school, this man shows up to my house.
Wow.
And he says, man, I don't know why I'm drawn to you like this. He said, but you need to get it. You got a lot in you. And I'm going to pull it out you.
Yeah.
And he never let me go. He never let me go, man. On the days I wasn't in football practice, he showed up to the house and said, nah, I'm going to take you. You need to learn some history. You need to learn about this. You need to learn about that. On the weekends, man, he would take me, pick me up, man. We go to the beach. We go do different stuff. That was a different side for me. And for me, that was shaping my mind, maturing my mind. You know, kind of set me in a place for growth, man. And every conversation and every time we were together, man, it was conducive for that. It was conducive for growth and you know, learning and stuff like that. And even when I was an adult, when I began to have kids, he was there. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, man. So John Sims, man. John Sims passed away in 2013, man.
Okay.
35-year educator here in Alachua County. Teaching social studies and stuff like that, man. Man taught me a lot.
Yeah.
Man taught me a lot, man. And he ain't let me go. Even when I ain't feel like talking to him.
That's real.
On Sundays, he was showing up, man.
That's real.
You know, just showing up, being there, man. Those are the main ones, man. And if I had to get one more, man, shout out to Walter Camps, man.
Yeah.
Bishop Camps, you know, and man amongst men. That's all I can say, man. Shout out to him, man. That's where I grew up, man. You know, Landmark, Holy Temple, man. Just grew up, man, seeing what the example should be, man. So shout out to them, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up. Man, as you was talking about that, I was thinking, you know, like consistency. Consistency, I think, is one of the most important things, and I think it's one of the most important things and one of the harder things, especially as we get older and, you know, we have our kids, you know, and okay, we have our own children, but then there's other young men within the community. We both know how many young men out there are looking for examples, and they need those examples. Some of them ain't even looking for no example. They don't even care, you know, but they need examples, you know. And I remember months ago when we called the meeting for, you know, the community. And I think we drop the ball a lot of times, you know, with a lot of young men, and especially me, you know, I dropped the ball a lot of times. The young man that I brought with me to that one meeting, young man, and he hit me up one day and he was just like, man, bro, can we talk? I was like, yeah, what's up with you? And he just, you know, expressed his not anger, but he was like, he was disappointed in us.
Yeah.
It was like, you know, bro, like, I feel like, you know, there was things that was promised to me, you know, and I felt like y'all was gonna help, and this and that, and I was like, bro, you know what, bro, you right.
Yeah, you right.
I can't say like it ain't had nothing to do with you, bro. Like, we dropped the ball on you, bro, and you know, and I was like, you know, and you ain't wrong to feel that way.
Yeah,
you
know,
not
wrong, bro.
And I just let him know. I let him get it out, you know, and he just kind of told me what was up, man. I was like, you know what? I think, like, just hearing that story with you, you know, about your man's, you know, how consistent he was, you know, and I think that's the most important thing. Like, if we're gonna get involved with young men, we got to be. You gotta be consistent with it, because that's really what we all be looking for, you know. Especially when you like us, you know, we're looking for those role models, man, and to have someone come in for a month or 2 months and then they disappear, it's like, dang.
You know, that young man, I talked about him for months after that, man. I always thought about him, and in every meeting that I went into after that, you know, I would always reference him. I was this man sit up and said he wouldn't come to this because it don't help. Everything he said touched me.
Yeah.
And he is right, man. You know, of course, there are some red tape and yellow. People start closing down the buildings and stuff, you know, to meet, especially large gatherings due to like COVID restrictions, man. But still, it's on us.
Yeah.
It's on us to be innovative enough, you know, to come up with something to be able to still reach the folks that need help. And living in the society that we live in, I mean, everything's instant, man. You know, and folks been down so long, man, they ain't got time to be waiting and hearing all of your excuses.
That's real.
That makes sense, man.
That's real.
You know, so one of the things, man, that I would encourage is that, you know, bro, if you can't change people, change people.
All right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And a lot of the youngsters, man, they feel that way. You know what I'm saying? They feel that way, man. If you can't change people, then just change people. Let down after let down, man. You know, promise after promise, what you expect them to do. They whole life, bro, they've been told stuff that people ain't followed through. So man, that king right there, that young king is absolutely right, man.
That's real.
It's incumbent upon us to make sure that we don't leave him.
That's real.
It's incumbent upon us to make sure that we call ourselves the village and the stakeholders, that we're responsible for him. You know, we're responsible for his survival, bro.
That's
whether
real.
it's survival mentally or physically. You know, we're responsible for that, man. You know what I'm saying? And so, man, we have to find a way, even with these restrictions and people saying no and closing their doors, man, we got to find a way to reach them.
That's real.
You know what I'm saying? And consistency is, bro, that's the only thing. The only thing, bro, I had nothing to look forward to. Now, I talked about my dad died when I was 7.
Yeah.
My dad had 5 brothers. All of them died 2 years apart after that. I'm talking about young, 45 and boom, 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 boom.
Dang.
So I was used to losing. You know what I'm saying? You know, and being a musician as well, like, when I go to the funerals, bro, I didn't cry. I found a way to do something else, you know, to keep from, like, you know, expressing how I really felt. But bro, it really hurt me. And I found out later on in life, I was like, man, I'm hurt.
Yeah.
I'm hurt, man. That thing really bothered me, man. And so, when we got a youngster like that, man, who take the bro, somebody show up. That's half the battle.
Straight up.
If somebody show up to a meeting, whether you had to coerce them or convince them or whatever you had to, if they show up, that's half the battle. That means that they're open-minded enough to listen to what you got to say. And so, with that, man, I need to find him, man. We need to talk to him. You know what I'm saying?
He hit me up a couple of weeks ago, just checking up on me, man, and I still keep, a little contact with him, man. Just check up on him, make sure he all right. And after that, me and my wife met with him and his old lady, a couple times, man. And so he hit me up. This is probably 3 weeks ago, and he was just like, still just he going through. Yeah. And yeah, man. So definitely, even me myself, I gotta make more time for it. Cause like I was telling him, when he hit me up, I was like, damn, boy, I ain't heard from you in a minute. How you been, man? And
right.
we sat there, we text for about 2 days, man, just on and off. But I just, I keep tabs on him, on the book and stuff, man. And I definitely need to get with him, man, for sure.
And I said, man, get him a dinner, man, and just kind of chat with him, man. That's how you do that, man. Sometimes, bro, people want to know how much you care before they want to know how much you know.
Yeah. That's real.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, look, we all got advice. Mm-hmm. Whether it's good or bad advice, we got it, bro. But I'm telling you, man, these youngsters, man, just my years of experience and working, in the streets, man, and just in the community, man, it's people want to know how much you care before they want to know how much you know. You just can't start just come up and talk to them, man. Then I heard it all before. People that, again, been promised and lied to and let down and, all of this stuff. So it's more about showing. It's not about talking no more, man. So we need to reach out, man. Not just him. It's a lot of people out there that's really hurting.
There's a lot of
them. They
really
hurting, man, and won't help and ready to receive, man. But we clam up, man, when it's time. Mm-hmm. We gotta do a better job.
That's real. Yeah. That's real, man. I ran into another one of them young men the other day, man. I was picking my kids up and I seen him walking with his son, and I stopped, pulled the car. I said, man, what's up with you, bro? You one of the ones from out there on 8th, man. Yeah. And man, the talk I had with him, it was so real, and I hadn't really heard from him in some years. And I dealt with him for like a whole year, and he was just like, dang, bro, like, man, boy, we always enjoyed when y'all boys came out there, bro. Like, y'all always came with something positive, bro. Like, telling us this and telling us that. And I'm like, that's what's up, bro. Like, but I want to get back with you, though. Like, just kind of told him everything that we had going on for the last few years. And, just seeing that young brother, I'm like, dang. It just brought back all the memories. I'm like, boy, I remember when you was like 16, bro. 17 years old. I'm like, boy, you got babies now, bro.
Yeah.
Like, we on a whole nother level now. I'm like, boy, when I was out there with you, boy, I had one baby. Yeah. I'm like, boy, I got 3 of them now, bro. So I'm like, my little baby that y'all remember seeing, she was 1 at the time.
Yeah.
But she's 7 years old, finna be 8 now. And I'm just like, man, dog, like, I just really want to, like, I just got to make a better effort. Back then, I think it's just learning that balance. Because I think back then, I was always in the community. Yeah. Boy, I would get off work and go straight to the hood.
Straight out there.
And be out there all day and then come home. And my wife like, wait, like, what's up? Like, well, yeah, you been going all day.
Yeah.
I'm out here trying to help, this and that. And after a while, I had to make it, like, no, my wife, right. I do need to be home. Like, I do need to make sure. My first ones that I need to be worried about is in this house. And so I started focusing a lot just inside the house, making sure I was good. So I think I got to gain back that balance. And I want you to talk about that. Like, how do you balance, when it comes from, you work, you got legacy that you do, you're teaching your classes, community work. How do you balance all of those things? And then, having children and having a woman that needs your time also.
Yeah.
How do you balance all of those things and put it into one?
But for a long time, bro, I didn't have none.
Yeah.
I didn't have no balance, bro. And those are, when I do mentoring, I mean thousands of people, man. I mentor thousands now, and almost 20 years, bro, doing it. You know what I'm saying? Man, it was just go. And I was probably, 2008 or 9, man, it's way back. And I heard somebody use the term work-life balance.
Yes, sir.
I never heard that before, man. I was like, what you talking about, man? Work-life balance. And man, he had a pie chart, bro, and beginning to break it down. And I was like, man, I'm gonna try that. and I tried it, and I ain't like it. I ain't like it because I felt like I was letting down the community, man. But charity start at home, bro.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
That's real.
And I got my boys, man. At that time, I just had one son, and he was just glad to see daddy when he got home. It ain't matter. Kids, whether it's a daughter or son, man. To them, we are Superman, bro.
All right.
We are the strongest. We the fastest. We everything to them. And so he was just happy to see me get home, bro. But I didn't realize I was pouring more into other people because I saw the need, and I was pouring in my own son. And I began to, when I was working at Riker House back then, man, and man, I began to see like patterns in other people's kids, and it was fool's gold when I got home because my son would, respond a certain way, and I felt like, man, I don't want to see my kid end up like some of these other kids. And I'm of course I'm mentoring him, I'm being a father figure to him, I'm being everything I can be to him. And my son, like, he had a dad, but he wasn't in the house.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? Your dad, you live with me, but I was never home. I was always out. And so, man, I'm gonna tell you something. At one point, man, I was bringing my son to work with me just so he can spend time with me. But I saw his reaction.
Yeah. When
I start hugging other kids and saying it's gonna be all right, man, and mentoring them and encouraging them, I see my son looking like, man, that's good, Dad, but you never talk to me like that.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? So,
that's real.
Man, I saw the reaction, man, and he made a comment to one of the teachers, man. Very vague comment, man, and it shook me. I was like, I'm going home.
Yeah.
I'm going home. I'm going to give everything I can to the community. And I continue to do that. But, man, I'm going to be home. If I can do it in the community, it better be double at the house.
All right.
And that word, even to this day, work-life balance, man, it's been a blessing to be in the positions that I've been able to move around, man. But it's been real good. Now, it's vital. Mm-hmm. It's vital to your home life, man. Because what's normalcy to you, and you think it's not okay. It's not normalcy to your babies.
Yeah.
You don't want your babies to be used to daddy not being there.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? It happens, man. While you out trying to save the world, your baby needs you. You're gonna put them in the same position that that the rest of these kids are that you're trying to help. You know what I'm saying? I saw that happen. Man, sometimes, man, they say hindsight is 20/20, man, but I thank God, man, because I got some foresight. I saw that thing coming, and man, you can lose your baby. You can lose your family. You can lose it, man. And so it's important. It's important, man, that you have some sort of balance. So over the years, man, it's just taken a lot of prayer, and it take a special queen.
All right. Well, I woke up with that on my mind this morning. Bro.
Hey, boy, listen, man. Hey. It take a special queen to be understanding and lenient and hold down the fort, man, while you out trying to save the world.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? And they actually understand what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? And that's, they in the fight with you. Mm-hmm. They may not be out there, side by side all the time, but they're in the fight with you because they got them babies.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? They got to hold down this. They're in the fight with you. They standing in the gap when your baby got a question and daddy need to answer that question, but daddy out. They got to stand in that gap, bro. Okay. I don't care if it's just long enough for you to get home. They got to stand in that gap. And so, man, I had to learn these things, man. Try by fire. I messed up sometime, man. But it's been good. It's been good, man. I got 3.5 years left, man.
Yeah.
I retired, bro. That's crazy. That's crazy, ain't it?
Yeah.
That's how long I started young, man. I've been out here, man, for a long time, man, trying to save the world and do the best I can for. And I'm gonna keep trucking, bro. I'm gonna keep doing it. It's not a job for me. It's a way of life. Yeah.
That's real. Man, I had to get into all that right there, boy. I like real talk, because like ever since we called that one meeting, man, it had always just been on my mind. And, you know, after I talked with Majid, man, he was just like, dang, everything he said, it just hit me. And I'm like, dang. Like, man, we got to do better. Like straight up. Like, you know, I ain't got no rebuttal for you. Man, bro, listen, I feel you, my boy.
Yeah.
But we got to do better, bro.
Truth, bro.
Because just seeing everything he was going through and just to hear it come out of his mouth and the way he was saying, he was just honest. And I'm like, man, bro, listen, I need this. I need for you to say that.
Yeah.
You know, I need for you to be on me like this because that's real. Like, it ain't no, nah, bro, you know, it was like, it ain't no excuses for it. Like, straight up. Like, and man, when I knew I was gonna get you on, I said, man, I got to talk with bro about that, you know.
Man, you know what? We get ready to strike it back up, man. We were just looking for a place, man. And I understood why people were saying, like, you know, we don't know how this thing is spreading, you know, as far as COVID, you know.
Yeah.
We don't want to be responsible for a super spreader.
Yeah.
And so that's what was happening. Every time I would set a meeting, it's like, boom, we get knocked down. Like, oh, so what can we go?
Yeah.
And so, you know, sometimes you got to meet people where they at, though.
Straight up.
You see what I'm saying? And you meet them in their element where they feel comfortable. That's what we mess up as a community, bro. We the most meetingest community, bro. Boy, everything is a meeting. And that's one. You won't see me, bro. I've been in the background for a long time because I don't like meetings, man.
Yeah,
I don't, man. I feel like we just meet by everything, man.
Everything.
And ain't nobody putting their hands to the plow. So I'm never gonna be out front, man. I've been working from behind the scenes for years, man. And so that's why I want to get with him, man. Sometimes it's not a meeting, bro. It's meeting people where they are. When we do meet, man, and we try to get people and get their opinion, the first thing we do is let's get a panel. Let's see what they think. Man, what? Like, look, meet people where they are. You want to be comfortable. I get it.
Yeah.
So when you asking questions, man, you know, you want to be in a place of comfort, and you want to be you know, be in a position to receive the information that they talk about, man. But you ain't walking around in these shoes. You see what I'm saying? Sometimes you got to go to them.
Straight up.
You got to go to them, bro. In their element, where they feel comfortable, in their hood. You know what I'm saying? In their house. You know, you got, man. That's what it's about. So I'm not real big on meeting, bro. But you know, I did make contact with the young lady that was keeping my notes.
I remember.
Every email, every man. I'm getting ready to do this thing again, man. I've been working with Ignite Life Center, man.
Ignite, okay. I know.
Man. With Pastor Vega, man. It's just you know, just an awesome man of God, man. And you know, trying to find a place where we can meet, man, and socially distance. I just need to run it by, you know, and we're gonna kick back up. But not only that, bro, we coming to the table with something. Back in 2011, 2012, and 2013, man, I used to do job fairs.
Yeah. Not
just a fair though. When I contact and go to employers, I tell them don't even show up unless they got a job to give out to my folks. Don't show up. And I meant that. So everybody that came in there, they gave out 1 or 2 jobs.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm getting ready to do that again. I'm not with the, you know, staging job fairs like the one that was down at, you know, MLK. Yeah. The line was out to 8th Avenue. Ain't nobody get, you see what I'm saying? Yeah. They just in there showcasing their business. Man, no. If you don't have a job to give, and we're asking you to be felon friendly. Yeah. You know, there's a tax credit for that. You know, a lot of people don't know that. You know what I'm saying? A lot of restaurants take advantage of it. You know what I'm saying? But everybody can take, it's a tax credit to any business that hire felons. All right. So yeah, we want you to be felon friendly, and we want you to give out some jobs. So if you ain't got no jobs to give out, we don't want your business card.
Straight up.
That's just, and I'm straight up with them just like that, man. And you know how many people? It's folks right now that's still on their job, bro, from them job fairs.
Now, y'all, excuse me. No, my bad. Yeah, man. Disclaimer for anybody out there listening, man. I got my kids out here. We at the crib, man. So y'all hear cars coming by and all that stuff, and you hear some babies in the background. I just got my babies out here, and I'm about to get on somebody behind. they acting up back there. But yeah, no, but that right there. That's real, man. And like you say, people come to these things and then nothing happens, I think that's when that hope, that people lose hope.
Man.
Like, man, there ain't nobody else trying to help us.
Hey, man, you tell them you should, man. Put a shirt and tie on. Some of these guys don't even know how to tie a tie. You know what I'm saying? But they find somebody, they find a way. Then they come, they dressed up, man. They got their little portfolio, you know, they got their little stuff together, man, and then don't hear back from nobody.
All right.
Man, I seen that happen, so and it's heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking to somebody that want to make a change, bro.
Yeah.
That want to get out of the streets, man, making a conscious effort, man. You know, so I was fed up with it.
Yeah.
I was fed up with it, man. And me, Charlotte Head Jones, and a few others, bro. We don't even come here.
Yeah.
And the last one we did, we hosted in the basement of the city of Gainesville, man. I think we gave out about 18 jobs, and some of those guys still on those jobs, man. So thank you most high for that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm gonna get back to some fatherhood.
Yeah.
Y'all, man, we had to get into this mentoring and community stuff, man. This right here is deep. It's deep, man.
Yeah.
It's a lot we can go on and on about that stuff there, man. But what was your first reaction, man, when you found out you was about to be a father? How did that feel, bro?
Oh, Lord have mercy. That's what I thought right there. You know? Man, I was playing ball, man, and a lot of people was like, Caleb, man, why you stop playing ball? Man, I had an injury, man, that would prevent me actually from maybe having kids, man. So I took my chances. I was like, man, I don't play anymore. You know what I'm saying? And I thought I wasn't gonna be able to have children. You know, that's my testimony, man. But God gave me a son, man.
All right.
You know, and I was like, oh shoot.
Yeah.
Thank you, Lord. You know what I'm saying? You know, and I was overjoyed. Didn't know what I was gonna do. I swear to God, I didn't know what I was gonna do. Oh my goodness. I ain't know, man. But man, I when he came, man, I felt like my life, man, just got another chance, man.
Yeah.
And, so man, I was elated, man. I was just excited, and broke.
Yeah. Okay.
So, man, from that day to this one, man, I just my reaction was, it's a lot different from my second son.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's real.
Bro, the world, was changing. You born in 2010. You know what I'm saying? The world was changing. I'm bringing another son in the world, man. But I was happy. But my first reaction, man, when I was about to have that baby, man, you should have seen me, bro. Yeah. I bought a case of cigars, man. It's a boy. I was giving him I walked through Publix. I walked through everywhere. I was walking through the mall at one point, giving out cigars, man. It's a boy. People were like, okay, man. Just happy, man.
Yeah.
Just happy, man. So yeah.
Oh, that's real, man. Yeah. And I think that's what people don't, especially when it comes to black fatherhood. Like I always say, man, the narrative surrounding black fatherhood is always like this sad story, or the daddy wasn't there. It's all this stuff, but it's like, nah, that ain't all of our story.
That's right.
And the media will put it out there like that's always our story, But it's some real dads that's really happy to have their children. It's a real blessing to them. Even though, like you said, we might be broke at times.
It's all right.
That's all right. Hey, boy, I'm finna have me a baby, boy, for real. And it feels good, and you're excited, and you want to do everything that you possibly can to take care of that child.
Man, I'm so protective, man. I remember driving home, bro. I was doing like 30 and a 45, bro. Somebody came by doing the speed limit. Boy, hey, man, you know what I'm saying? Slow down out here, driving crazy. You just want to be so protective, man. You want to get them home safe and sound, man. But you're right, man. There was a quote that was going around, man, for years. It just wasn't true. Yeah. They said that it was more black men in prison than there was in college. So, man, I'm one of those guys.
Yeah.
I'm going to hear this sound like, man, that's devastating, man, as a black man, But I found out, man, that it wasn't true.
Yeah.
And I was like, there's no way you can chase this quote down around the world, but it just was not true. That it was more black men in prison than it was. But people went on that. People did speeches on that. Got paid off the fact that it was true, but it was really false, man. There's no way. I looked into it, man. It was so far off, man. And I thought to myself, how could something like this continue to be perpetuated, man, in our community? How can we repeat something like this? Not even true. And how many other topics have we repeated that just was not true, man? And it was been to our detriment.
Yeah.
It's been in our community's detriment, our culture's detriment, because it sounded good, right? So many people, man, and I take it there. I'm very, very, very open, man. It's so many people, man, that like to prostitute this black skin.
Yeah.
And I mean that. And that goes from hanging basketball goes up. All right. I'm straight up with it. I go from hanging basketball goes up, taking pictures and photo ops with little children, giving them bicycles, and man, listen.
Okay.
Listen, man. That's prostituting, and you starting your foundation and traveling the world and traveling the country based off this black skin, because it's always gonna be a little poor black kid.
All right.
It's always gonna be, that unfortunate black teenager, you know what I'm saying, that done been through it, ain't had no father, man. And the truth of the matter is, bro, fathers all around.
All right. That's real.
Those are lies, man. Those are lies, man. From me, from hell. I don't like them. When they used to show us Africa on the map in school.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I thought Africa was just, man, Africa bigger than all of them, right?
All right.
Or when they show us Africa on the TV, all we saw was flies flying around, little kids with pot bellies, bro. And it's beautiful cities in Africa, bro. When they tell us where we came from, bro, they stopped that slavery. They never go nowhere.
That's real.
They shoot them saying, that's where you come from. No, we come from something much, much bigger. And so when I see people prostituting this black skin, man, I really mean that, and saying that father's not there. Black father, man, some good dads out here, bro.
Okay.
Bro, I see him. You see him. We all see him every day. And it's almost like, don't believe your lying eyes. Your eyes lying to you. You don't see that. But it's true. But we perpetuate the opposite, man. People getting paid off of it.
That's right.
And it's a prostitution, man. And so, man, I will refute that on every end. It's some great fathers. Man, look at you.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? Look at what you doing, bro. You got a full slate over here, man.
All right.
But you still reaching people, even in different countries, man, to listen to your show. Man, listen. That's what it's about, man. We, and I do mean we, pat on the back,
straight up,
need to be highlighted in some of this foolishness that's being said, man, because what happens is our children start to believe that.
Okay.
And they gonna begin to fight the fight that we should have been fighting. It's not the truth, man.
Straight up.
There's some good guys out here, man. Good fathers, good husbands, good boyfriends, hard workers.
Straight up.
I make an honest living, and you don't hear that.
Straight up. It's too many, man. And like I said until the end of me, that was my motivation for starting this. It ain't never been nothing against no white dads or white people, period.
Nah.
Bro, listen. I understand there's good dads everywhere. I'm just talking specifically the narrative surrounding black men and black fathers. I'm like, man, I see this stuff everywhere. They play us like we just, bro, dog us out, bro.
They play us to the left.
I couldn't stand for it any longer, and I said, man, you know what? Boy, I can name I think it started out. I think that was 2018. I think I did the whole February. I was like, I'm gonna highlight a different black dad for every month of this day of this month. And I just highlight, and I say I was having a hard time because I'm like, shoot, I don't know who I want to put for this day. I don't want to leave nobody out. And then it popped into my mind, man, but what if I just did a podcast, and bring these men on? I'm on Facebook doing it, telling their stories. But I say, I want these men to tell their own stories. I want to give this man the opportunity to tell his story, give him a voice, give him a chance to change the narrative on his own. And that was my thing. And it's like, I remember somebody was like, well, you gonna have to get some white dads on there. I'm like, that's fine. That's cool. I ain't tripping about that.
That's cool.
But what I'm saying, and I done told plenty of people who I sit around and I talk with, guys on the job, I tell them, my main thing is I'm trying to change the narrative around black fatherhood. Ain't nothing against you. I want you to come on and tell your story too. I know some white dads that are single dads. And got stories to tell. And I'm like, bro, I want you to come on and tell your story too.
Yeah, man.
And You ain't got to have all that extravagant story either, man. I know some good married white men. They take care of their wife, take care of their children. I want you to come on and tell your story too.
Yeah, man.
But my main focus is the fact of this narrative that been going around, and I ain't apologizing for that. I don't care about what somebody feels about that. Nah. But if you feel some type of way about it, you the problem.
Yeah,
bro.
you the problem. Yeah.
And I could care less about how you feel, and that's just me.
Yeah.
But you know, I that's why I thank God, you know, for all the men that I brought in here. Like I said, man, it's 40 episodes in, but I lost 2 episodes. So I had about 40, and then I had a couple bonus episodes. So about 45, 46 men that I've sat down with, and bruh, I mean, I got a whole list in this phone, guys, and it's like, and I'm meeting even more people. You know, I was we was at the car dealership yesterday. A guy come up, I ain't know the guy, and I guess he knew my wife. He went to school. He was going to college with my wife for a little while. And so he was like, yeah, man, I know your wife, this and that. He was like, man, I wanted to commend you, man. I wanted to come over here and just tell you, you know, that I just wanted to celebrate your accomplishment. I'm looking at him like, my accomplishment? What you mean? So he was like, no, man, like, I'm on your wife's Facebook. I seen some stuff she was posting about you. He was like, man, I just wanted to say, man, I love what you're doing, bro. He was like, you know, I just had my first child, this and that. I'm like, wow. I need your information, my brother. Like, I would love for you to come on.
Right on.
You know, and it's just all of these different people that I'm meeting, black guy. And I'm just like, man, you know, it's so many people out here, so many good dads, so many good men, bro. Yeah. And I'm like, boy, I want all of y'all, but I can only do what I only got the time for one a week. So it's like, some guys, they still coming to me, man, bro. I'm still waiting, bro.
Don't wait.
I'm like, hey, trust me, bro.
I will wait too, bro. I'll wait, man. Anybody get the buzz, man. You know?
Yeah, man. So it's like I want to give men like you your opportunity and give you your flowers, bro, because
thank you, man.
I appreciate you, bro. Like, you know, some people might feel some type of way about you, think this about you, whatever. Yeah. Man, all right, cool. We ain't no perfect people. You know, ain't nobody.
I know I'm not, bro.
Straight up.
I know I make many mistakes. Bro.
Straight up, bro. And it's like, my thing is, but I know you a person that's out here actively trying your best when it come to fatherhood.
Yeah, man.
You know.
Yeah, man.
That's all for me.
Yeah.
Man, bro. Yeah. Listen.
Yeah.
Bro, keep doing what you're doing, bro. Like, continue to do what you're doing because somebody see you. And if ain't nobody else see, I see you, bro. Yeah, bro. So, hey, bro, like I appreciate
people,
you.
Man. Yeah, man, thank you, bro. And man, shouts out, man, big ups, man, to you, bro. You know, I've been watching too, man. I saw you, man, going back to school, man. I even showed it to some youngsters, man. I said, you see that guy right here? Man, got a house full of churn, man.
Yeah, for real.
What I'm saying, man? And he make it happen. You know what I'm saying?
Straight up,
bro. So, man, that's huge, bro. Not. So you got a lot of folk, bro, that they like to talk.
Mm-hmm.
And it sounds good. You know what I'm saying?
Straight up.
It sounds good, but they ain't walking. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And so I used to have the supervisor. He said, Caleb, man, I believe in leading by walking.
Yeah.
All right. And I said, man, that's something right there. Right. And one day he told me, he's like, man, you need to cut your food man's shoe.
I love you too. Go.
I love it, bro. I love it. So he said one day I got frustrated, called me in the office. He said, Caleb, you got to do what your family can stand, bro. And I paused. I said, man, do what my family can stand. What you mean by that? You know what that mean? And he was like, man, you got to do what your family can stand, man. And I understood then. He was like, man, you keep follow the rules, or bro, you probably gonna get yourself in trouble, man. And you probably not gonna have a paycheck. You're probably not gonna have a job. You know, and so on and so forth. So you got to do what your family can stand, man. And since then, I took that same saying and I applied it to my heart. I applied it to my feelings. Man, do what your heart can stand. You know, do what your children can stand. Can they stand, you know, being without a daddy? Can they stand the daddy not bringing in a paycheck? Can they stand it? You know, can your feelings stand what people have to say about you?
All right.
You see what I'm saying? You know, and that was one of the toughest things I had to do was, you know, stop trying to control what other people think. You see what I'm saying? Like, Be honest with you. And that's why I say, man, I'm proud to even be on your show, man, because I'm watching, man. You're a young cat doing it. You know what I'm saying?
Straight
I
up.
have made, man, it's gonna be folks, bro, that's gonna mimic what you're doing, which is great.
Yeah.
But they ain't gonna be in it for the same reasons.
Straight
You
up.
see what I'm saying? And you begin to hear things about yourself. You know what I'm saying? That it's just not true. You know, it's inaccurate, bro. But that's where, you know, the Most High is just propelling you to. You know what I'm saying? And so it don't matter what else you do, man. I just want to, man. I'm 7 days a week. I'm doing something.
Yeah.
But man, I wasn't gonna miss this hitter.
Yeah.
I wasn't gonna miss
That's
this
real.
hit, man, because, bro, you doing something huge here. You doing something huge, bro. Not only is it you know, going over the topics, man, that we need to hear as men, man, just grown up conversation, and women. But bro, it's beginning to shift things, man, about the way we think about ourselves, man.
All right.
Right? Men got to be prideful too. You know, it ain't always about black this and black that, but we got to be prideful too.
Straight
You
up.
see what I'm saying? You know, sometimes, man, for everybody to hear you, you got to first build a stage.
All right.
You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? And I feel like that's what you doing, bro. You done built the stage, man, and now, man, just get on it, man, and tell your story. Scream it out loud, man. And man, so thank you, bro. Thank you for what you're doing, man. Thank you for what you've done in the community already, bro, and in advance what you're gonna keep doing, bro.
That's real.
Man, I just wanted to say that to you.
That's real. I love that one, boy. Man, I want you to, before we go, I gotta have you talk about legacy, man. Talk about legacy, and I had a question too. Do you think that, how important is it for all dads to be strapped, man?
Yeah.
Talk about that.
Yeah, man. So first, remind me, like, cause that's a big answer. So legacy, man. Security, man, it was started, man. I first started a security firm back in security company back in 2009. It was called Keepers Security and Trust. Man, I found out real quick I ain't had the money, nor the time to get this going. I was working, I was doing rocker house stuff, I was doing bowl stuff, I'm GPD stuff, I was doing everything, man. And I ain't had the time nor the resources, man. So it kind of faded, man. And given the climate that we were in from 2016 all the way up to 2020, man, I always had it. I said, you know what? I'm gonna redo this thing because people gonna need protection. People gonna need security, man. And I, you know, inspired by my children, I renamed it Legacy because I want to leave a legacy for my children, and that word means a lot to me. And so, of course, 2020, man, I reopened and rebranded, and I started training. I started looking at like everything that was going on around the country, man, and I said, man, we getting gunned down in the street.
Okay.
We getting gunned down in the street, man, by law enforcement. Then we start getting gunned down in the street by just regular people, right? And then people were getting off with it. I said, well, man, I got the education. You know, I got the tools. I'm sitting on this certification. It's like, man, you know what? I could train under my security. You know what? I'm gonna help my people.
Yeah.
Right. And so when I first started, bro, I was just doing it just to do it. I didn't even think that I would be in it this long. Man, I just did. I said, man, I'm gonna get all my folks strapped.
Yeah.
And I start working.
Yeah.
You know, with the folks that, you know, was doing the marches and stuff like that, man. These different coalitions and, you know, different companies that was like, man, this all right, man. You know, but I wanted to focus on my people. And so one of the things I did was I reached out to a couple of different, you know, gun ranges, you know, and, you know, they were just taxing for, you know, they knew, you know, who's this guy, you know, and I was like, man, this costs us so much money to even do this thing. That's what happened. There's a lot of people around here that can do firearms training, but they make it so hard for us with the money, bro, and the resources. And so, man, I made one phone call, bro, and man, the rest is history, man. I got 100 acres out there, man.
Okay.
You know, we out there shooting on our own range. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And Legacy been blessed, man. I've been blessed, man, for that to happen. And so that's about Legacy, man. Hit me up, legacysecurityfirm.com.
Okay.
Also on Facebook, use Legacy Security Firm. Or hit me up, info@legacysecurityfirm.com. Man, it's important for dads to be strapped.
Yeah.
Hear me?
Yeah.
Hey, strap up. You know what I mean? Listen, man. Man, we are an endangered species.
Okay. Talk
you know
about
what I'm
it.
saying? And man, we are making a surge, man. Being a gun owner this is a new arena for African American people, man. For black folk, man, it's a new arena. You know, it's nothing. It's not. Again, it's not about black or white. It's just a new arena for us. A lot of our white brothers and sisters, bro, they're not buying guns no more, bro. They buying ammo.
Yeah. Okay.
We the ones buying guns.
Yeah.
And that's why a box of ammo that costs $8 to $12 costs $36, $37 now. You know what I'm saying? I can't control how many guns on the street, but I can control how much you shoot.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? But I will say, man, the surge that's happening, man, it's just made me smile in 2020, man. We had, I think, roughly like 3.4 million or something like that, million new gun owners.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying 58% of those 3+ million were African American people. 58%. Out of that 58%, roughly 42 or 43% were African American women. Think about that, right?
Yeah.
So when you say, is it important for black dads to be strapped? Absolutely. Now we know.
Yeah.
We know. Black men have been beat down by the system. Systematically strategized against. However, there are systems in place that we just do not know about, like the border clemency and restoring your rights and all of that stuff, man. That's out there for you to be strapped, man. Some people we defeated. It's just like a guy, man, who has a child. He's unable to provide for that child financially. All right. What does the government do first? What does the state do first? They suspend his license. They take his pride. They say, well, you're not going to be able to travel freely, and if you do, it's going to take you a long time. That's a man's pride. It's license. It's ID. You take that away. You take away his ability to travel, right? You cancel his contract, right? And once you've been in trouble with the law, man, you did your time. You did your time. You paid your debt, and you still beat down. And a lot of people don't even know that they're eligible, man, to have a firearm because how the system beat them down, bro. You know what I'm saying? I run into that a lot, man. I say, man, can you check, man? Is it something I can do? Man, you get on the firearm. You know what I'm saying? And when they find out, oh my God, and they come out there, man, and they get their stuff, man, they always send me their card, man. They can get strapped, man. Man, we are endangered species, man. And I use that lightly, right? Because when you're endangered, you have protections. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no protection for black men right now. You know what I'm saying? And the endangered species got regulations, bro. You can't handle them. You can't kill them. You can't do none of that. So I say that lightly. When I say endangered, man, I just mean, man, we gotta do better in looking out for ourselves, man. Right. Because when you're on the endangered species list, man, you're protected. We not protected, man. And the only way to be protected is to protect ourselves and our families. You see what I'm saying? The most valuable thing we got is time. Right? You can't get that back. So when you give it to your family. And when you're spending the most valuable thing or giving the most valuable thing you'll ever be in possession of to you want to be able to protect that. And so it's important, man, that black men are able to defend their families and themselves.
All right. Yeah. That's real. Yeah. And for years, man, I was one of those people that was like, oh, well, I got God. I don't need no gun, God gonna protect me. And I was one of those people. And then one day I thought about it. I say, why am I here fooling myself? And not the fact that God won't protect me, because I still do believe that. Yeah. But then I started looking at like, the white folks in the church don't think like that. The white folks strapped, brother. The pastor, all that.
Strapped, brother.
And I started saying to myself, you know what? We done been fooled. And it's always the black people, we always feeling like, oh, we just gonna pray and, God ain't gonna put me in the position. Nah, listen. if the folks run up in your house at night and you talking about praying, but them folks gonna blow your head off.
Exactly, man.
They don't care nothing about that.
Yeah.
And then I took it to scripture. I say it was the part in the word where it talk about Jesus when he was in the garden praying, and he say, you know, he was asking Peter them to pray with him, and they went to sleep on him, and he went back. He said, "My time has come." The people came and got him. So when the officials came and got him, Peter cut the man's ear off with the sword, and he said, "It ain't time for that." Now Jesus ain't say, "Well, you ain't supposed to be doing." He just said, "Right now, just ain't the time for that."
That's right.
Meaning, there comes a time when it's time we gonna cut a man's ear off. That's all right,
Yes.
in its time.
Yeah.
And then even when you look at before they even went to the garden, when he told them it's time, get your stuff, he said, get your knapsack, get your shoes, get your belt, and they say, get your sword.
Sell it.
And if you ain't got something, go sell your stuff, go get one.
Go get one, yeah.
Why would they have a weapon with them? Because he's telling them, boy, it's gonna come a time, you better have something on you. And I'm like, and I just thought, it hit me one day, I'm like, where did I even get these thoughts from? You know, and I used to have people like, yeah, man, you're agreeing with it and stuff. Yeah. And I'm like, nah, that ain't right. Mm-hmm. You know, and I remember at the church, we had a little men ministry meeting or whatever. And I was telling them that, and they were like, a couple of my boys like, yeah, hey, bro, that's real. And I remember my pastor like, I don't know. You know what I mean? It is what it is. But I understood his position was he's a felon. So he felt like, and I'm like, you saying that because you can't get it.
Yeah, nah, bro. Scripture warrants us to watch as well as pray.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know, and I hear people break that scripture down, you know, you got a purse, man, you got to go and sell it by a sword, it's time to fight. And you hear people break that scripture down like, oh, well, he really wasn't saying that, he was a God of peace, he was just saying that, you know, so they can fit in, because he asked when they told him, you know, we got 2 swords, he said that was enough, type this, okay. Listen, I get it.
Wait to have that thing on.
Yeah, man. Look, man, you got to fight, man. You got to fight. That's the thing, man. Survive, man. If it's about the uplift of the God kingdom, man, you know what I'm saying. You got to survive, bro. You know what I'm saying. Up. And you know, in the world that we live in, bro, it's so. Listen, I'd rather have a fighting chance.
All right.
I'd rather have a fighting chance,
okay.
Man. And you know, and if I ever, you know, I think about it, bro, it made me emotional, man. Had to give up my life in front of my kids. I'm not gonna let them see me go down like that. You know, just doing what somebody, you know, man. I'm gonna fight you to the end. You know what I'm saying? I never, man, would let my family see me go down. You get me, but you know, it's one of those things where, man, I just rather try. Nothing beat a fail but a try.
Straight up.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try to survive, man. And so, you know, even now, man, I get a lot of guys, man, that's coming out and saying, man, you're so right, man. I just want to be with somebody that's humble on me, but actually gonna give me the skills I need to be able to protect my family. And you know, I had a person out there today. You know what I'm saying? So when the last time you shot a gun, he said, man, it's been 54 years.
Dang.
It's been 54 years. No, and I've had some even longer than that. You know, I've trained people in their 70s, man. I never touched a gun, but because what the world that we live in, man, people want to survive. Somebody got to live to tell this story. Mm-hmm. And again, I use the word endangered lightly because even endangered species have protections, man. You know what I'm saying? They protecting the government, not protecting us. You know, the state not protecting us, bro. You got to do it yourself.
Straight up.
You got to do it yourself, man. You know, that book that we talk about, we keep referring to, man. It says that every man that is born of a woman is but a few days and full of trouble. You know what I'm saying? We supposed to go through trials. You hear people say it all the time. Tests and trials come to make you strong and all that, man. But the God I serve, bro, came that we might have life, bro. You know what I'm saying? Not just have life, bro. Have it abundantly.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Enjoy this thing. All the spices. You know what I'm saying? And so, and man, that's I think, you know, not that a gun, you know, or being in possession of a firearm is gonna give you all of those things, man. But it give you opportunity to run on and see what the end gonna be.
Straight up. Straight up.
Yeah.
I mean, something.
Yeah.
I mean, and it is what it is, you know. And I never looked at like Israel. They were never soft people. Yeah. But them jokers was look at King David.
Come on.
Joker was war.
Come on.
David about that. He about that life.
Come on.
And I believe that we are those people.
Yeah, man.
That's in our blood.
Yeah, man.
That's why, I mean, you go, and I don't want to even go all off subject, but you even look at the Seminole War in Florida. It say that when them black folk, they got with I forgot who it was that they were fighting against, but he said, boy, this is the hardest fight we had ever had. Because when them black people got together with them Seminoles and they fought that war, they said, boy, this is hard. Ran them up out of there.
Yeah, yeah.
That's been in our blood. We ain't never been those soft people. We ain't never been like that.
No, man, no.
Never. And it's like, but like you said, we've been beat down especially in our, 60s, 70s, and we have been beat down so much. It's gotten to the point to where we just become these, gotta do it, and nah. He gonna give you the wisdom to do it.
Man, God bless those that themselves, man.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Faith without work is dead. I can go on all the scriptures.
We can go.
No, we go on and on.
And I just wanted to make that point because I believe it's a lot of my brothers in the church that think like that. Like, well, I ain't really got to have nothing, no protection. And it's like, and we the only ones thinking like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. But perfect example, that church in South Carolina. The man come in there and blow everybody away, bro.
Man.
Like, that thing still to this day, I don't know. That's one that really got me. And I remember watching the little documentary that they had about it. All the family members was like, they forgave. But it was one, I think the uncle. And he was like, I don't forgive him. Straight up. And I remember my pastor asking about it. He was like, how you feel about that? I said, I ain't gonna front with you, pastor. I'm with him.
Yeah.
That's just how I'm like, It is what it is, bro.
Yeah,
like, I don't know about that, bro. And that's me being my full honest self. I don't know about that, bro. I don't feel. I with homeboy because I'm like, dog. Why we always in this position where it's like we so helpless? Like, no, that could. But then I think that next year, a couple years ago, it was a guy that walked up in this white church over there in Texas. I think around the end of the service, the guy pulled a gun out. He shot somebody, but before he can get anybody else, bro, was a guy right in the front. Bah!
Got it.
Knock that joker down. You ain't finna knock all these folks up in here. Okay, you might have hit one of them. But that's it.
Especially in the church. Church is the most vulnerable place.
All right.
It was a list. I forget what the list was. Man, the church was one of the most vulnerable places, man, to lose your life. Ain't that crazy?
All right.
The church. The church, bro. It's crazy, man. And so, yeah, bro, it's important. It's important, man. And I always tell people, man, if having a gun make you feel tough, then you don't need a gun.
All right.
You know what I'm saying?
Straight up.
But, man, if you got a family, and we all investors, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Your family, man, you invest in them, man. And just like any investor,
okay,
you coming back looking for what you put in.
All right.
Right? You ever been around somebody, bro, long enough they start using your terms? Mm-hmm. They start saying little things you say, they start picking up your mannerisms and stuff like that. Well, look at your children, right? We all investors, man, as fathers, man. We coming back looking for what we put in. Mm-hmm. We expect something back. Just like an investor or a banker say, I expect something back. I'm going to give you this here, but I want something back. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. When we do that with our children, man, as proud fathers, you know what I'm saying? As proud fathers, man, we start looking at being gun owners, you know what I'm saying, and stuff like that, bro. We want to live to see that.
All right.
We want our investment back.
Straight up.
You know what I'm saying? We invested in our kids. We want to see it grow. We want to see that investment grow and get bigger and bigger, just like a child, bro, and develop into something, man, that's priceless.
All right.
right?
Straight up.
Man, afford yourself the opportunity to do it. Crazy world we live in, dog.
Straight up. Straight up, man. My last one, man. So if you could give any advice to the 18-year-old version of yourself, the 18-year-old Caleb, what would be one piece of advice you would say to that 18-year-old version of yourself?
It's okay to lose. It's okay to lose, man. One of the things I tell myself all the time, if it disappoints me, if it make me upset, first of all, control how you react to people that make you mad. People that you don't agree with, man, learn to control how you react to people you don't agree with, or people that, do your name any kind of way, man. Control how you react to them. You know what I'm saying? And it's okay to lose, man. It's okay to lose.
All right.
Observe, adjust, and keep trucking.
Straight up.
Keep going. Man, 18-year-old Caleb. Man. But very strong-minded, man. When I turned 18, man, a lot of people don't know me past 19.
Yeah.
I fell off the map. You know what I'm saying? But I did a lot of stuff leading up to 18.
Yeah.
People, oh yeah, I know Caleb, man. I know, but man, I swear, I mean, I never, I'm not the going out type. I never did, man. Now after that age, man, all of my 20s, I was working for GPD. I worked for Riker House. I worked for all of my 20s, all of my 30s, bro. And so if I would tell my 18-year-old self, man, brace for the blow. But it's okay to lose. Observe, adjust, and just keep trucking, man.
Straight up.
Yeah.
Straight up, man. Yeah. Y'all heard it here, man. Y'all. A lot of stuff up in this one, man. So listen, man. For all my listeners out there, man. Y'all. We gave y'all. We went through it. We went up through the roof and this and here, man. So I pray that there was something that was said in this that touches you, encourages you. We talked on various different subjects. I just hope that there was something that you heard in this that will help you, because I was helped. I say the same stuff all the time. Dad, can we talk? When I sit down with all these different dads, it's therapy for me, man. Very therapeutic to sit down and listen to another person's story, to learn from people. This is my arena right here. This is what I love to do, man. And so as much as it's helped me, I pray that as my listeners out there listen to this, I pray that y'all will be helped and not just hear these words, but take heed. If it's something that that you need to do or work on or whatever, take heed. Don't just hear the words, but let it spark up some action, man. That's my prayer as these words has went forward. I pray that there would be some action that would be sparked. That there would be some even greater dads than us that would be raised up.
Yeah.
After this, man. So, like I said, man, I appreciate you, my brother.
Thank you for having me on your
appreciate
show,
you,
bro.
man. For real,
man.
It's all love,
thank
bro.
Thank you for having me, man.
For real. So, man, y'all continue to stay tuned. Give them one more time where they can find your stuff on social media.
Oh man, you can hit me up, man. Legacy Security Firm. Number one, you can always find me, man. I'm still working for the city.
Okay.
That games with my office is at the police department.
Okay.
I do want to plug Inspire, man. We just set forth a team, man, that's in the community now, man, that's engaging the community, man, to take pride in the neighborhood, man, and take it back, man. Those are called violence interrupters, man. It's a model, man. It's from the Cure Violence model. Started in Southside Chicago, man. Had a chance to take a look at that, man. And over in Alabama, man. These are guys, man, that just go out into the community, man, and just try to make a difference. They ask them the questions that law enforcement is scared to ask, so act like they don't have time to ask, man. But you know what? They're bringing that information right back in them, man. And so we be able to better serve the community, man. I'm right there in the mix of it, man. My office is right at GPD. I'm always be involved in Riker House. I'm always be involved in Bold. But right now, we have the violence interrupters, man. You're going to hear that from the city of Gainesville and the state of Florida, man. We're waiting on some appropriations and stuff like that, man, to get more money. But I got 2.5 people right now that's out there working the streets as we speak. Also, Legacy, man, is my pride and joy, man. My heart, man. You can find me on Facebook and on Instagram at Legacy Security Firm. On the page, you just type that in and it'll come in, or you can go to my website legacysecurityfirm.com, or just email me at info@legacy.com.
Alright, y'all heard it right there, man. So y'all want to reach my brother? There it is. Y'all listen back, rewind it back 2 times, and y'all reach out, man. If you need your gun license, go get that, man. Hit my boy up for that. So yeah, y'all find this at dadcanwetalk.com. All the episodes are always streaming there. Y'all can find this on Facebook at Dad Can We Talk, Instagram at Facebook. At Dad Can We Talk.
Yeah.
And find it on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, wherever you find podcasts, or go on Google and type in Dad Can We Talk.
Yeah.
You're gonna see everything pop up. So man, y'all continue to stay tuned. I appreciate all my supporters out there, all my listeners, man. We love y'all. We out of here. Dad Can We Talk? Yeah.